All right, so we're diving into Rich Dad, Poor Dad today.
Okay.
And you're looking for those big ideas.
Yeah.
The ones that could actually change how you think about money.
Right.
We're going to unpack some of those core concepts in the book.
Absolutely.
Ready to maybe challenge a few of those conventional money truths we've all heard?
Yeah, definitely. Kiyosaki really kind of throws a wrench in the whole traditional go to college, get a good job, buy a house thing.
Right.
He argues that financial literacy,
Yeah.
knowing how money really works, is the real path to wealth.
Okay.
Not just working hard.
Not just hard work.
Yeah.
And he shows this
Right.
through like the contrasting advice of his two dads.
Right.
His own father,
Yeah.
who was highly educated,
Yeah, very much so.
but financially struggling.
Yes.
Versus his friend's dad,
Uh-huh.
the rich dad,
The rich dad.
who built his wealth
Right.
through business and investing.
Exactly.
What jumps out to you as the biggest difference in their mindsets?
I think for me, the poor dad, despite his education, was really focused on job security,
Okay.
working for someone else, and like clinging to this idea of a house as like the ultimate asset.
Right. Like that's the American dream.
Yeah.
You buy a house, you've made it.
Right. And the rich dad was like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
It's about building assets that put money in your pocket,
Okay.
whether you're working a 9 to 5 or not.
And this is where
Yeah.
Kiyosaki kind of flips the script for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably own a house. Most people listening do.
Right.
But he says, hold on.
Yeah.
Your house might not actually be an asset.
Exactly.
And you're probably thinking,
yeah, people are like,
what? How can my house not be an asset?
How can my house not be an asset?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been conditioned to believe that owning a home
Yeah.
is the cornerstone of financial success.
Right.
But his definition of an asset is something that puts money in your pocket.
Okay.
And a house, with the mortgage payments,
Right.
property taxes, insurance, all the upkeep, it's often taking money out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So in his mind, that makes it a liability.
Oh, okay. So it's not just owning it.
Right.
It's
the cash flow.
cash flow.
Yeah. Remember that diagram from the book?
Oh, yeah. The one that shows like
Yeah.
the cash flow in and out of a house.
Exactly.
It really highlights all those expenses that you don't even think about when you're buying.
You forget about them.
Yeah.
They're hidden.
So he's not saying homeownership is bad,
No.
but it's a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Right.
To shift your perspective.
To change your perspective.
Absolutely.
And this is where this idea of minding your own business
Yeah.
comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain that.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people hear, mind your own business, and they think,
Yeah.
oh, he's telling me to be rude.
Right. It's not about being dismissive or anything.
Great.
It's about building assets outside of your job.
Okay.
So building a business, building an investment portfolio,
Yeah.
things that work for you even when you're sleeping.
Okay, got it.
Remember the story about Ray Kroc
Oh, yeah.
and McDonald's?
How his real business wasn't selling burgers. It was the real estate underneath.
Exactly.
That was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
But like, what does that look like for someone
Right.
who's not
Yeah.
building a fast food empire?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because Kiyosaki argues that, everyone has the potential to create their own business,
Okay.
even if it's not a traditional company.
Okay.
It's about identifying opportunities to create assets that generate income.
So like, what would that look like?
So maybe it's rental properties.
Okay.
Maybe it's investing in the stock market. Maybe it's building a side hustle that eventually replaces your 9 to 5. What's important is that you're actively building that asset column.
Okay.
You're not just relying on your job
Got it.
as your sole source of income.
Okay, so you're creating multiple streams of income
Exactly.
through your own business ventures.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He also talks about the power of corporations,
Yeah.
which I think is a controversial topic
It is.
for some people.
Yeah, for sure.
Big business is bad and all that.
Right, right.
But he actually sees corporations
Yeah.
as tools
Uh-huh.
for wealth creation.
Yeah. He flips the script on that one, too.
Yeah, how so?
Well, he's not talking about those massive,
Right.
faceless corporations.
Yeah.
He's talking about the legal structure of a corporation.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
argues that corporations, when used correctly,
Yeah.
can offer significant tax advantages
Okay.
and asset protection.
Okay.
Things that individuals don't have access to
Oh, interesting.
in the same way.
So it's more about the
Yeah.
legal structure than it is about
Right.
evil corporations.
It's a tool.
Right.
It's how you use it.
He even goes into the history of taxes,
He does, yeah.
pointing out that they were initially meant to target the wealthy.
Right, punish the rich.
Yeah, punish the rich.
But they've ended up
Yeah.
impacting the middle class more over time.
Okay, so corporations offer a way to play by
a different set of rules.
a different set of rules.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So are corporations like a loophole?
Well, he doesn't see it as loopholes or cheating the system.
Okay.
It's more about understanding the legal and financial tools that are available and using them strategically to build wealth.
To build wealth.
He argues that anyone can learn these strategies.
Okay.
And that's what he means by financial intelligence.
Okay.
He even claims that he's like invented money using his financial knowledge.
Okay. That sounds pretty bold.
It does.
Like, how do you invent money?
He shares some pretty compelling examples in the book.
Okay.
Like buying a rundown house for $20,000.
Okay.
Doing some basic renovations and then selling it for $60,000.
Okay.
Or turning a foreclosed property into a rental that generates passive income.
Okay, so it's like flipping it.
Yeah, exactly.
But he stresses that this isn't about get-rich-quick schemes.
No. It's about
mastering certain financial formulas and applying them creatively to different situations.
So it's like learning a new language.
Tricky chess.
The language of finance.
Exactly. Right.
Once you understand the grammar and the vocabulary, you can start creating your own sentences.
Your own financial strategy.
Your own financial strategy.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this foundation of assets versus liabilities, the importance of minding your own business, and this idea of corporations as potential tools. Where do we go from here? So the next piece is overcoming the internal obstacles that often hold people back from financial success.
Even if you
have all the knowledge.
Have all the knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
Fear, self-doubt, bad habits. All of these things can sabotage you.
Right.
So that's what he calls the inner game of wealth.
The inner game.
Yeah.
Okay, so he identifies 5 key obstacles that we all face.
Yes, he does.
So
we've got fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance.
All right, so we're going to unpack those in the next part.
Sounds good.
So we're talking about the inner game of wealth.
Okay.
And those 5 big obstacles.
Yeah.
Kiyosaki outlines.
Right.
Fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, arrogance.
Yep, that's them.
I think fear is something that, like, everyone can relate to.
Absolutely.
I mean, who hasn't felt that fear of taking a financial risk or making a big investment?
Right.
But Kiyosaki calls fear a luxury the rich can't afford. What does he mean by that?
He's saying that fear can keep you stuck
Okay.
in this cycle of playing it safe.
Yeah.
Which can seem like the responsible thing to do.
Right.
Like, you don't want to lose everything.
You want to be safe.
Yeah.
You worked hard for your money.
But, ironically, clinging to what feels safe can actually be the riskiest move in the long run.
Oh, how so?
You miss out on opportunities.
Okay.
Your money just sits there.
Right.
Inflation eats away at it.
It's like slowly bleeding money instead of making it work for you.
Exactly.
So taking calculated risks is part of the game.
It's part of the game.
You got to get comfortable with that.
You can't let fear paralyze you.
Right.
Take action, even if it feels uncomfortable.
Okay.
He compares it to like learning to ride a bike.
Okay.
You're going to fall a few times.
Right. You're going to skin your knee.
Yeah, exactly. But each fall teaches you something.
Yeah.
And eventually, you get the hang of it.
You get back up.
Yeah.
Dust yourself off.
He's big on embracing failure as part of the process.
So don't let fear paralyze you.
Right.
Take that first step.
Take action.
Even if it's wobbly.
Exactly.
What about cynicism?
Okay.
How does cynicism play into this?
Cynicism can really blind you to opportunities.
Okay.
He uses this example of people who dismiss real estate investing with that classic line, I don't want to fix toilets.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Right.
Okay.
But his point is,
Yeah.
instead of focusing on the negative, find a solution.
Okay.
Hire a property manager.
Okay.
Build a team.
Right.
Focus on the bigger picture.
Delegate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't let those little details scare you off from a potentially life-changing opportunity.
It's about seeing the forest for the trees.
Right.
Okay, so we've got fear.
Yeah.
We've got cynicism. What about laziness?
Okay.
I think we all struggle with procrastination
Yeah, for sure.
from time to time.
Yeah.
But Kiyosaki is pretty blunt about this one.
He is.
He argues that delaying action, putting things off, is basically squandering your most valuable asset.
Which is?
Time.
Time, exactly.
You can always make more money.
Yep.
You can't make more time.
That's right.
That I'll do it later mentality can really cost you.
It can.
Financially.
Right.
But also in terms of missed opportunities.
Missed opportunities, yeah.
So you're not just losing money.
Right.
You're losing the chance.
To grow.
To grow, to learn, to
experience things.
Experience things, exactly.
Yeah.
He's got a point there.
He does.
It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and lose sight of those long-term goals.
It happens to the best of us.
Okay, so we've got fear,
Yep.
cynicism, laziness.
Yep.
What about bad habits?
Okay.
How do those play into this whole inner game?
So bad habits like overspending or accumulating debt, they're insidious.
Yeah.
Because they feel good in the moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But then they create long-term pain.
Yeah, it catches up with you.
It does, yeah. Remember the story about his friend who showered his kids with toys, but then couldn't afford their college tuition?
Oh, yeah.
That's a classic example of how short-term gratification can lead to long-term struggles.
It's like that saying,
what is it?
We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like.
Ouch.
All right, last one, arrogance.
Okay.
How does arrogance hold people back?
So Kiyosaki argues that arrogance, thinking you know it all, prevents you from seeking knowledge, learning from others.
Yeah.
It closes you off to new ideas and opportunities.
Right.
He often asks, what makes you think what you don't know isn't important?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. It forces you to confront your blind spots.
Yeah.
Because nobody has all the answers.
Right.
And the financial world is constantly changing.
Things are always changing.
Always changing.
So you got to stay humble and open to learning.
Absolutely.
All right. So you've conquered those internal obstacles.
Right.
You're feeling financially savvy.
All right.
What are some concrete steps you can take right now to start applying Kiyosaki's principles?
Like, what can people actually do?
Yeah, what can you do to start shifting your mindset and start building that financial freedom?
I think one of the most important things is finding mentors.
Okay.
Surround yourself with people who are already successful in the areas that you want to grow in.
So find your own rich dad.
Exactly.
Someone who could show you the ropes.
Yeah, show you the ropes.
Yeah, and help you navigate.
Go navigate this.
That crazy world.
The financial world?
The financial world.
Yeah, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
Invest in your financial education.
Okay.
Read books, attend seminars.
Yeah.
Listen to podcasts. Do whatever it takes to expand your knowledge and skills.
So don't just rely on your formal education.
Right. Most traditional schools don't teach the kind of financial literacy that Kiyosaki's talking about.
Okay, so find mentors.
Yeah.
Keep learning. What about specific financial strategies?
Okay.
Where do you even begin?
He suggests mastering one financial strategy at a time.
Okay.
Don't try to do everything at once.
Don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. Pick one area.
Okay.
Whether it's real estate investing, stock trading, building a business, and become really good at it.
Okay.
And then once you've mastered that area, you can expand your skills to other areas.
So focus on building a strong foundation.
Exactly.
Don't spread yourself too thin.
Right.
He also talks a lot about paying yourself first.
He does, yeah.
What does he mean by that?
So this is a crucial concept.
Okay.
It means setting aside a portion of your income for savings and investments before you pay your bills.
So most people do it the other way around.
Most people do it the other way around.
They pay their bills first.
Pay their bills first.
And then whatever's left over,
if anything,
goes into savings.
Goes into savings.
Yeah.
But he's saying, flip that.
Flip the script.
Flip the script. Pay yourself first.
Okay.
Even if it's just a small amount to start.
Make it a non-negotiable part of your budget.
Yeah.
Like any other essential expense.
Exactly. Treat it like
your rent or your mortgage.
Exactly. Yeah.
He also emphasizes looking for bargains.
Yes.
And change.
So
it's not just about finding a good deal.
It's not just about finding a good deal.
It's about
identifying opportunities where something is undervalued and there's potential for positive change.
So it's like buying stock in a company that's about to take off.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see how these principles kind of fit together.
Yeah, they build upon each other.
Yeah, he also talks about the cash A-flow quadrant.
He does, yeah.
That seems like a pretty important concept.
It is. It is.
Can you break that down for us?
Okay, so the cash flow quadrant is a framework
Okay.
for understanding the different ways people earn income.
Okay.
There's 4 quadrants.
Okay.
E for employee.
Okay.
S for self-employed or small business owner.
Okay.
B for business owner.
Okay.
And I for investor.
So it's like a map.
Yeah, like a map.
Of different financial paths.
Exactly.
Like most people start in the E quadrant.
Right. Working for someone else.
Working for someone else.
The 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Right.
And then a lot of people strive to move to the S quadrant.
Right. Becoming their own boss.
Becoming their own boss.
Yeah. So like
doctors, lawyers, consultants.
Small business owners. Yep. Small business owners, yeah.
Okay.
But Kiyosaki argues that true financial freedom lies in the B and I quadrants.
Can you explain why?
Okay, so in the B quadrant, you own a system or a business that generates income without your direct involvement.
So you're not trading your time for money.
You're not trading your time for money.
You're leveraging other people's time.
Right, leveraging other people's time and talents.
So it's about building a business that works even if you're not physically there.
Exactly.
Okay, and then the I quadrant is about having your money work for you.
Right, through investments.
Through investment.
Stocks, bonds, real estate.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Things that generate
passive income.
Passive income.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, he stresses that it's not about
right.
which quadrant is better
right.
or worse.
It's not a value judgment?
It's not a value judgment.
Okay.
It's about understanding the different mindsets and skill sets required for each.
Got it.
And recognizing that moving from the E and S quadrants to the B and I quadrants often requires a significant shift in thinking.
So he's challenging that traditional idea of job security.
Right.
And saying that building your own business, even if it's not a traditional company, is the path to
true financial freedom.
True financial freedom.
Yeah.
So it's a big mind shift.
It's a big mind shift for a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
Yeah.
He argues that traditional education really prepares us.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Prepares us for
the E and S quadrant.
E and S quadrants.
Focusing on job skills.
Right.
And specialization.
Okay.
But it often neglects the financial education needed to succeed in the B and I quadrants.
So you could be a brilliant doctor.
You could.
Or a brilliant lawyer.
Yeah.
But if you don't understand how to manage your money, or invest it wisely,
you might still struggle financially.
You could, yeah. It's a different skill set.
He really emphasizes the importance of financial literacy.
He does, yeah.
No matter which quadrant you choose.
No matter which quadrant.
That's so interesting.
It is, yeah.
All right, so the cash flow quadrant helps us visualize these different financial paths.
Yeah.
But how do you actually make that leap from employee or self-employed to business owner or investor?
He offers a ton of practical advice.
Okay.
But it all starts with developing your financial intelligence.
Okay.
Learn to read financial statements.
Okay.
Understand cash flow.
Yes.
Master different investment strategies.
So like really dive in.
Yeah, dive in and learn.
Learn the nuts and bolts.
He even created a board game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Called Cash Aflow.
Okay.
To help people learn these concepts.
Oh, wow.
In a fun and interactive way.
So it was like a simulation. It is, yeah. Of the real world where you can practice.
You can practice.
Making financial decisions.
Yeah.
Without risking real money.
Without risking real money.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a good tool.
What else?
He also encourages people to find mentors who are already successful in those B&I quadrants.
Right. So surround yourself.
Surround yourself.
With the right people.
With people who are doing it.
Who are doing it.
Yeah.
Living it.
Exactly.
But even with the right knowledge.
Yeah.
And mentors. Taking action can be scary.
It can be.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always that fear of failure.
Yeah, for sure.
That fear of making a mistake and losing money.
Absolutely.
How do you overcome that?
He acknowledges that fear is a major obstacle for many people.
For sure.
But he argues that you can't let fear paralyze you.
Okay.
You can't let it stop you from taking action.
Right.
He encourages people to embrace discomfort. View failure as a learning experience.
Failure is part of the process.
He often says failure is part of the process of success.
Right.
You can't succeed without failing.
You can't just win every time.
Exactly.
So don't be afraid to take risks.
Right.
Even if it means...
Even if you make mistakes.
Making mistakes along the way.
Yeah, you're gonna make mistakes.
He also talks about cynicism being a major roadblock.
Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
Cynicism can blind you to opportunities.
Yeah.
He uses the example of people who say, I don't want to fix toilets.
Right.
When it comes to real estate investing.
Yeah, the classic.
Don't care.
The classic excuse.
But his point is, instead of focusing on the negative, find a solution.
Okay.
Hire a property manager.
Okay.
Build a team.
Delegate.
Focus on the bigger picture.
Don't get bogged down in the details.
Right.
It's about seeing the forest for the trees.
Exactly. Okay. It's about challenging those limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And finding creative ways to overcome the obstacles.
Yeah. What about laziness?
Okay.
I think we all struggle with.
We all struggle with procrastination.
Yeah. Putting things off.
From time to time. Yeah.
Kiyosaki's pretty blunt about this one.
He is.
He argues that delaying action, putting things off, is basically squandering your most valuable asset.
Which is time. Yeah.
So don't wait for the perfect time to start investing.
Yeah.
Or building your business.
Take action now.
Even
if it's a small step.
Let's
get started. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about fear.
Right.
Cynicism. Laziness.
Yeah.
What about bad habits?
Okay.
How do those play into this?
Bad habits like overspending, accumulating debt.
Right.
They're insidious because they feel good in the moment, but they create long-term pain.
Right. It catches up with you.
It does.
Remember that story about his friend?
Yes.
Who showered his kids with toys?
Yeah, showered them with toys.
But couldn't afford their college tuition.
Right. Classic example of short-term gratification leading to long-term struggles.
Yeah, so it's about developing the discipline to delay gratification.
Right.
And make choices that support
your long-term goals. Yeah.
Even if it means saying no.
Sometimes you gotta say no.
To some immediate pleasures.
To those immediate pleasures.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Arrogance.
How
does arrogance hold people back?
So Kiyosaki argues that arrogance, thinking you know it all, prevents you from seeking knowledge and learning from others.
Well, you think you've got it all figured out.
You think you know everything, and it closes you off to new ideas and opportunity.
You're not open to new information.
Exactly.
He often asks, what makes you think what you don't know isn't important?
Yeah, it's a powerful question.
It is.
It forces you to confront your blind spots.
Yeah, because nobody has all the answers.
And
the financial world is constantly changing.
So
you got to stay humble.
And
open to learning.
It's
about acknowledging that there's always more to learn. And being willing to ask for help. When you need it. Yeah.
He also stresses the importance of learning quickly.
Okay.
Because in today's world...
Yeah, things are moving so fast. Knowledge can become obsolete quickly.
Exactly.
So it's not just about acquiring knowledge.
It's about adapting.
It's about learning new things.
Adapting and learning new things.
Constantly.
Yeah.
He compares it to... what's the analogy?
Baking bread.
Okay.
So every baker follows a recipe. They follow a recipe.
Right.
But a skilled baker
can
adapt that recipe based on the ingredients available and create something truly unique.
So it's about mastering the fundamentals, but also being flexible and creative in your approach.
Yeah.
Okay, so find mentors.
Yeah.
Keep learning. Master one strategy at a time.
Yeah.
Pay yourself first. Look for bargains.
And change.
Yes. Okay. He also talks about this concept of being an Indian giver.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Okay, so this is a concept that can be easily misunderstood.
Yep. Sounds lit.
It does, yeah.
Controversial.
But he uses it to illustrate the power of giving.
Okay.
He explains how early European settlers misunderstood a cultural practice of some Native American tribes. So they would give a settler a blanket to keep warm, but then they would ask for it back later. And the settlers saw this as rude.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But Kiyosaki interprets it as a lesson in reciprocity.
Oh, so it's about understanding that.
Giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin.
Giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. He argues that giving generously whether it's your time, knowledge, or resources, often leads to unexpected rewards.
Interesting.
He's got a lot of interesting perspectives on generosity. He even claims that poor people are more greedy than rich people.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
It is.
What's his reasoning there?
So his point is that rich people are already providing something of value to others. That's how they became rich in the first place.
Right.
While poor people may be focused on getting what they need, which can lead to a scarcity mindset.
Right.
So it's a thought-provoking idea.
It is.
He's challenging us to examine our own motivations for giving.
For giving.
Yeah.
And to cultivate a spirit of abundance.
The spirit of abundance.
Okay.
He encourages people to find ways to give first, even if it's something small.
Right.
And to trust that the universe will reward those actions in unexpected ways.
So it's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity
to a mindset of abundance.
To a mindset of abundance.
Exactly.
And recognizing that the more you give,
the more you receive.
The more you receive.
Yeah.
It's interesting how these ideas are all interconnected.
They're all connected.
He also stresses the importance of paying yourself first.
He does, yeah.
And we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Setting aside a portion of your income for savings and investments.
Yes.
Before you pay your bills.
Before you pay your bills.
He argues that most people pay themselves last.
If at all.
If at all.
They prioritize their expenses. Right. And whatever's left over goes into savings if there's anything left.
He suggests flipping that script.
Flip the script.
Pay yourself first.
Even if it's a small amount.
Even if it's a small amount.
And make it a non-negotiable habit.
He compares it to having an internal fortitude.
Yeah, an internal discipline that helps you resist those temptations.
To overspend.
To overspend, yeah.
To accumulate debt.
To accumulate debt.
But what if you're struggling to make ends meet?
Okay.
How can you possibly pay yourself first when you're barely covering your bills?
He acknowledges that this can be a challenge.
Right.
But he argues that it's about changing your mindset. And finding creative solutions.
Finding creative solutions.
Yeah.
So he encourages people
to
examine their spending habits and find ways to reduce expenses.
Reduce expenses.
Even if it means
making some sacrifice.
Making temporary sacrifices.
Temporary sacrifices.
He emphasizes that financial freedom is a long-term game.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And sometimes you need to make
short-term adjustments.
To achieve those
long-term goals.
Long-term goals.
Yeah.
He also suggests finding ways to increase your income.
Yes. Increase your income.
So like taking on a side hustle.
A side hustle.
Or starting a small business.
A small business.
He reminds us that even a small amount of extra income can make a big difference.
It can if it's invested wisely.
If it's invested wisely?
Yeah.
He shares his own experience of building
multiple streams of income.
Multiple streams of income.
And diversifying your income sources, which can provide greater financial security.
So it's not just about earning more.
It's about creating a system.
It's about creating a system where your money is working for you, working for you.
You know, as we're wrapping up this deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
One thing that keeps coming back to me is Kiyosaki's emphasis on choice.
Choice. Okay.
Like he's saying we have more control over our financial lives than we realize.
Absolutely. He argues that every day we make choices that impact our financial well-being, even if we're not totally aware of it.
Yeah, like you don't think about it.
You're on autopilot.
You're on autopilot, but it's still affecting you.
It all adds up.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those choices are often driven by fear, scarcity, limiting beliefs.
Those things we've picked up along the way.
That we've picked up.
From our family.
Yeah, from society. From everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's like we're running these programs in the background.
We are,
that we don't even realize are there.
He really challenges us to become aware of those
subconscious patterns.
Those subconscious patterns,
And ask yourself, like, is this choice moving me closer to my goals?
Right. Is this helping me?
Or is it keeping me stuck?
Exactly.
It's about aligning your actions with your vision.
With your vision. Yeah.
He even uses that powerful analogy of the two roads diverging in the woods.
Right. A nod to the Robert Frost poem.
The road not taken.
The road not taken.
Yeah. It's a beautiful metaphor for choosing your own path.
Yeah.
Even if it means stepping off
the well-worn path.
The well-worn trail.
Yeah.
And sometimes that less traveled path.
Right.
Feels scary.
It does.
Uncertain.
Yeah, for sure.
And Kiyosaki seems to be saying, lean into that.
Yeah. Embrace it.
Question the conventional wisdom about money.
Right.
Create your own path.
Create your own path.
To financial freedom.
Absolutely.
It's about challenging the status quo.
It is.
And being willing to
blaze your own trail.
Blaze your own trail.
Yeah.
He also really hammers home.
He does.
The importance of taking ownership.
Ownership, yeah.
Of your financial education.
You're not just blindly following someone else's advice.
Right. You're not just handing your money over to a financial advisor.
Right. And hoping for the best.
Hoping for the best.
Yeah. You need to understand how it works.
You got to understand how money works.
Yeah. Develop your own financial literacy so you can make informed decisions.
Yeah. He encourages you to seek knowledge.
He does.
From various sources.
Yeah. Books, seminars.
Mentors. Real-world experiences.
Real-world experiences. Yeah.
It's a constant process.
It is.
Of learning, growing, and refining.
Yeah.
Your financial intelligence. And here's the thing that really struck me.
Yeah.
He believes this should start early.
Okay.
Like, we should be teaching our kids about money.
Yeah, from a young age. He's very critical of traditional education systems.
Right. They don't
equip students.
Teach you this stuff.
With those essential financial skills.
Yeah, the real-world skills.
Skills
you actually need.
He wants financial literacy.
Yeah.
Integrated into school curriculums.
Like starting in elementary school.
Start being young.
So kids are learning about money management.
Yeah, money management. Investing.
Even entrepreneurship.
Wow.
Right alongside math and history.
It makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
It's about empowering future generations.
Yeah.
To take control of their finances.
To build a better future.
And build a more secure future.
So as we wrap up,
okay,
what are the biggest takeaways for you, the listener, from this deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Big question.
Yeah. I think first and foremost, it's about mindset.
Okay.
Believe that financial freedom is possible.
It is possible.
For you.
For anyone.
You don't have to be born into wealth.
Right.
You don't have to win the lottery.
Yeah.
It's about changing your thinking.
Right. Changing your thinking.
Believing in your ability to learn and grow.
Yeah.
And create the financial future you desire.
The future you want.
And don't be afraid to question the traditional advice.
That traditional advice.
You've been given about money.
Right.
Seek out
alternative perspectives. Yeah.
Take responsibility for your own financial education.
Absolutely.
Even if it means investing time and resources. In learning new skills. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. And support you.
Yeah, find your mentor.
On your financial journey.
Your rich dads.
Yeah. Who can guide you along the way. But most importantly. Take action. Start small. Experiment. Learn from your mistakes.
You're gonna make mistakes.
That's
part of the process.
Kiyosaki leaves us with.
He does.
A powerful question to ponder.
Okay, what is it?
What does it mean to find your path in life?
Yeah.
And how can financial freedom support that journey?
That's a great question.
It is.
It really is.
That's a question that invites us to reflect on our values. Our passions. Our purpose. It challenges us to envision a life where we're not just working for money, but where money's working for us. Enabling us to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
It's about freedom.
To choose how you spend your time. Your energy. Without being limited by financial constraints. So as we conclude this deep dive, we encourage you to keep exploring these concepts from Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
It's a great book.
This book can spark countless conversations.
It can.
It can challenge your assumptions.
Yeah.
And it can inspire you.
It can.
To take control of your financial destiny. Remember, the journey to financial freedom is a marathon.
Not a sprint.
It's
a long game.
There's always more to learn.
Yeah.
More to experience. And more to achieve. Keep learning.
Keep growing.
Keep growing.
And keep diving deeper.
Into the world of financial intelligence.
And into that world of financial intelligence.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See you then.